Hi, and welcome to JEMS Unboxing. I'm AJ Heightman, and I'm really happy to be with you to show you a beautiful piece of equipment that was shipped to my house. Two boxes. The first one I've already unboxed. It had the case for the new ZOLL AED 3 BLS. It's a great AED. It's designed for the professional rescuer. You're going to see it's a complete resuscitation device, shipped in a real sturdy box. First thing you're going to find is a beautiful operator's guide with illustrations. It's not going to let you do anything until you find the battery and take the battery out of its separate case. And you're going to find your CPR stat pads. I put those on already, only because you're going to see this unit is so smart, it's not going to let me do anything without pads plugged in. There's pediatric PD pads too. I'll talk about those in a little bit, but let's get right down to the meat of it. Comes wrapped in plastic. First thing you notice is it's very lightweight. It's very sturdy. Talk about all those aspects. Has a pop-up stand here. You see where the pads can slide in the back. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the battery in. It's going to do a self-check. It's going to go right through, tell me that the battery's okay, and then pretty much demand that I put the adult pads in. So, as I said, designed for the professional rescuer. Take all your documentation, make sure you don't lose any of that, keep it in an appropriate place, and put the battery in, get your pads out, get your cable ready, because this unit's going to want that plugged in. As soon as you click in the battery, as I said, it does a self-start. It's going to tell me that the unit's okay. And as I said, if you forget, this thing is going to come on in a second and tell me.
Plug in pads cable.
What I tell you.
Unit okay.
Unit's okay, ready to go into service. Turn the unit on.
Unit okay.
Tells me the unit's okay if I'm in service and I go on a call right now with this thing, I'm ready to go.
Adult pads.
Picks up that I have adult pads plugged in.
Analyzing.
Don't touch my patient.
Don't touch patient analyzing.
I have the compression pad right here.
Advised.
The other pad's on me. No shock advised.
Start CPR.
Tell me to start CPR.
Push to match the tone.
Nice, beautiful metronome. And it starts counting down from 2 minutes down to 0. Does an analysis, gives you time to be able to switch.
Start CPR.
Tells me to keep doing CPR. There's an elapsed time down here to tell me how long we've been working. And then I got a depth rate, and I got a heart rate over here. You'll see the beautiful
Start
screen.
CPR.
And we'll talk a little bit more about it. I'm going to shut it off so that it's not going to be talking through everything that I'm saying.
Unit powering off.
Okay, a key thing I want to tell you about the ZOLL AED 3 BLS is that it gives you real-time CPR feedback, allowing you to visually see the compression rate and depth in real time, as I showed you right in here, the first two digital things that you're going to find. It measures the actual depth and rate of each compression, and numerically in real time uses ZOLL CPR dashboard feature, similar to the one used on the X series. Additionally, the AED 3 will display CPR cycle time, as I showed you, allowing the resuscitating personnel the ability to visually track their CPR compression cycle. That's pretty key. Knowing that we've got to switch rescuers and having this unit remind us and do its check after every 2 minutes is pretty important. The display also shows the elapsed time since being powered on, number of shocks delivered, and a configurable 3.8 second ECG. You saw that. It's a beautiful, clear display, a beautiful ECG. The ZOLL AED 3 BLS allows you to minimize pauses and has an 8-second pause between compression cycles, making it among the shortest pause and analysis times in the industry and the fastest at delivering a shock. That's pretty important. Minimizing your pauses allows for continuous CPR, improved CPR quality, and more importantly, can improve patient outcomes. So that's a really important feature. This unit really has it all. Okay, let's talk about pediatric resuscitation because that's really important. This unit does it all. It does adult and child resuscitation. It's made much easier with this unit, and it has a child mode setting, as you'll see down here. The voice and text prompts are exceptional on this unit. It gives me the illuminated child mode indicator and notifies you that you're configured for pediatric rescue, so you can't make a mistake. If you want to use it in the child mode, the pediatric mode, it's going to tell you that you're in it. And its specific pediatric algorithm analyzes and delivers the appropriate therapy without the use of an attenuator like other AEDs. That's pretty important. It's that sophisticated a unit. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about the high-tech features and connectivity of this ZOLL AED 3, because it's really got them all. It's got Wi-Fi and USB connectivity and a beautiful LCD touchscreen, about 2.12 inches by 3.74. As you saw earlier, it's really sharp, really clear, easy to see, daytime, nighttime. And using all of this with ZOLL's RescueNet case review, you can really get detailed performance reports. Enough stuff that you could send it Wi-Fi, you can send it merged and aggregate it with other ZOLL defibrillator data. You can do just about anything with this unit. You're going to get data on the CPR rate. You're going to get data on the depth. You're going to get data on the release velocity. And as I said earlier, the compression fraction, which can be easily evaluated and used to improve future resuscitations. It also enables fast and easy distribution of any of the data and the events and the reports to your medical director or to your personnel. And personally, if I'm on a call, I like to be able to see and have the call analyzed. So that's a really important feature. Now, let's talk about voice recording, because this unit has voice recording. It's configurable option. You can either have it on or not have it on. Personally, I'd love to have it on for those who want to use that for the QA process and to review their call afterwards. And even talk about the times that you administered Narcan or whatever it happens to be. It's a big deal because case review allows users to listen to the audio and review all the details and the data at the time that it happened at any sudden cardiac arrest while it's still fresh in your mind and the call is still fresh. This BLS unit, call it BLS, but really it's a high-tech ALS BLS unit, was designed for the pre-hospital environment in mind. It's got a rugged design, an IP55 rating, and a 1 meter drop test. I'm not going to drop it, but you can see it's very lightweight and it's very sturdy. It's very thick in its design. So additional information about the AED3. Let's talk about the energy selection. It's factory programmed, but you can change it if your protocols require that. But it's set for adult at 120, 150, 200. You can change that if you want. For child, it's set at 50 joules, 70 joules, 85 joules. Again, user configurable. The electrodes, as I said, the CPR stat pads and PD pads too, are the same electrodes that are used in the ZOLL X series device. That's pretty important if you're running a call as a first responder and a unit comes in, you can transfer the pads right over. Now, let's talk about shockable rhythms here because this thing's looking for VFib, it's looking for VTAC. Its data and recording storage allow you to run maybe 2 back-to-back calls. It's user configurable for 1 or 2 clinical events for a total of 120 minutes. That's a lot of time for data recording and for voice recording. You also have the option to enable that voice recording, and when that's enabled, the ZOLL AED 3 BLS will store a total of 60 minutes per case. So again, 120 minutes of voice recording. And this defib will have the capture of the ECG and its impedance measurements, device prompts, complete CPR data. That's going to include your compression rate, your depth, your release velocity, and associated pause times, enough to analyze any particular call. Data recovery is controlled again by the touchscreen and uploaded over a Wi-Fi or USB memory stick, whatever you choose to use, onto the RescueNet case review. It was specifically designed for the professional rescuers and provides in-depth rescue assistance to you. It's got support for both adult and child victims of sudden cardiac arrest, and it really sets the benchmark for reliability of AEDs. I don't think you're going to find anything else out in the market that can touch it. And all of these products, I want to point out to you, are designed and manufactured at ZOLL Medical Corporation's worldwide headquarters in Massachusetts. So made in America, made tough, made for easy application, easy use. It's a real winner.